Good morning, everyone. It was an extremely busy evening and afternoon on my end following Tuesday's session. I decided to go over all of the stocks that I'm holding and make sure all of my stops are 100% correct at the exact level that I want them to be because it was a pretty crazy Tuesday. So basically, Friday saw a lot of rotation in my portfolio. I had a lot of stops hit, but that made room for the new long positions on Tuesday. Thankfully, most of those did very, very well. And at the same time, I got hit with another major run of rotation at the opening bell. A ton of stops triggered. I thought there might have been a failure in the stop trigger system on Interactive Brokers, but instead they were all legit. So with that being said, I was able to raise a little bit of money, and so I have quite a few new long positions. I will be able to place anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 in all of these, so I can go from about 1 to 1.75% max in each of these names. So remember, even though you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new long positions and 2 add signals for 8 total positions. Once again, I'm putting $4,000 to $6,000 in each of these names, not even allocating 2% per single trade, and I'm only paying $1 in commissions at Interactive Brokers. That's a reminder that if you do not have cheap commissions and are not capitalized, you need to pick the best stocks of the best. So really quick, the long positions are ORBK, TTWO. Both of those stocks are CAN Slim Perfect Speculator quality. Then we have VRNS. VRNS is Perfect Speculator, trying to become CAN Slim quality but isn't there yet. ADMS, MARK. Both of those are low price Perfect Speculator scan quality stocks. ADMS reminds me of WVE as they're both basically $35 price stocks. Both stocks are near 52-week highs, but obviously ADMS is the better one because it's already at all-time highs, but WVE is right there too. But those are perfect speculator stocks. And then there's URGN. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I just keep getting shaken out and or cannot get a proper position in this one. I got it here, got shaken out here before it ran here. I can't remember, but I think I tried to get it somewhere in here. I can't remember. And then once again, shaken out completely out of it once again. And now here we go. So hopefully the third time is the charm. And then ESIO is CAN Slim and almost perfect speculator quality stock. It's still down from its highs a little over 20%, even though this shows under 20%. Once it rallies another few percent points, it will be back in the perfect speculator scan. So it's CAN Slim Perfect Speculator. And then there's TBBK, which is also CAN Slim Perfect Speculator. So TBBK, ESIO, ORBK, and TTWO are obviously the highest quality long positions based on overall quality of technical and fundamentals. They're high quality, big earnings, big sales growth, all of them, and they're all the best of the best, making the perfect speculator scan. So these are the top stocks you want to consider. Now, getting closer in on them, Take Two is extended from its 20-day moving average. TBBK, even though you can't really see it here, is extended from its 20-day moving average. So those two are a little bit more risky. ESIO is coiling right at its 50, 10, and 5-day, 5, 10, 20, and 50-day moving average after a very beautiful uptrend, quiet consolidation. And ORBK is doing the exact same thing, coiling at the 5, 10, 20, and 50-day moving average. Now, I don't know why it's not as clear for some people as it is for me, but ORBK and ESIO have what I would consider extremely high quality, very low risk setups, especially if you just use the first cut loss level on ESIO and use the first cut loss level on ORBK. They're both right there. It's basically the same stock. It makes me wonder if it is the same stock now. Boy, that'll be a trip if I find out that one's merging with the other one. I didn't even consider that until I just looked at that. That'll be funny. They're both merging. Well, eventually then I'll have ORBK or ESIO, but man, the more I look at it, it's funny what you can learn. I've only seen this chart 3,000 times today, and only now does it look like they're both one and the same company. So I will go research that. But very interesting. But this is obviously the highest quality setup. VRNS being a perfect speculator name and trying to become a CanSlim name is right there also, with it being coiled at the 5, 10, 20, and 50-day moving average. But it still has not spent the same amount of time consolidating in a tight fashion like ORBK and ESIO. So if you're looking for the safest long positions, that's going to be it. URGN is right there, and if you use the first cut loss level, you know that's pretty good too. You have a big potential reward on hand compared to the risk. Sorry guys, I've been up a long time. So this is also a very good one, but TBBK is definitely more risky, just like TTW0. Oh, and then ADMS also is a little bit risky, even though that it's up against the 5, 10, and 20-day moving average. You can see it's extended from the 50-day moving average and even more extended from the 200-day moving average. So even though this is a very nice, high-quality, perfect speculator scan stock, it is a bit risky. So you want to be careful if you go long. Make sure you obey at least this cut loss level right here, no matter what. This should be your first, and this should be your final one for ADMS. And MARK, beautiful pattern. I love the max green bop for well over 20 sessions. Love the accumulation, love the uptrend, but once again, a little risky. It's extended from the 20-day moving average, and it's pretty decently extended from the 50 and very extended from the 200. So basically this one you want to explode higher immediately, and or give it maybe just a little room to back and fill. Maybe your first cut loss levels here, second one here, third one here, fourth one here, who knows. I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 for MARK because it's a little extended. It's a beautiful price pattern with the volume, so I want to try to give it time to work just in case it doesn't explode higher immediately. But these are all very high quality long signals across the board. MARK, ADMS, perfect speculator quality. TTWO, CanSlim, perfect speculator quality. ORBK, the same thing. VRNS is perfect speculator trying to become CanSlim quality. TBBK is CanSlim perfect speculator, but it's also a little extended. ESIO, CanSlim perfect speculator, and like I said, man, these look like the same stocks now, so I have to go research that a bit more. Now, I want to go over the full sell signals. I don't have time to go over the 50% sell signals, but I want to explain why these failed. HII was a new long signal here. It is failing on heavy volume and max red bop. That's always going to be a 100% sell signal. Like even if you had a stop here, which I believe I initially had, you remove it and they all get moved to today's low a day. I've been completely cut out of HII, so I am holding 0 shares on my end. STRL, it is now closing below the 50-day moving average. Volume picked up slightly higher than the session before, and it lost that green bop. So with it being below the 50, confirmation closed below the 50-day moving average on heavier volume. With it losing the green bop, that is a full sell signal. Now there's still one key support level right here, so on my remaining shares, I don't have a whole lot. I think I have like 40 shares, 80 shares, I'm not sure, but it's right around there. 1602 is my final stop. If it hits 1602, I'll be knocked out of STRL. I got knocked out of another 50% intraday when it moved below 1627. So I've been pairing out of this as this stock just has been doing this. I keep pairing out little by little as each new low gets made because it hasn't been breaking down on above average volume, so I can't really sell all of it. That's why if today's sell-off would have been on above average volume, I move it up to today's low at day 1610. So if it hits 1609, I'm out. But since it's below average volume, 1602. TRT, it was a new long signal here. Expected it to explode higher immediately. It's failing. Closed below the 50-day moving average. Much heavier volume than the recent previous sessions. And red bop is increasing. So TRT, that is done. I'm completely out of it. No, I still have some. That's right, because my final stop was right here at 605. So I've moved that final stop to today. And if it hits 631, I guess today, I'm making this video at nighttime on Maui, which is why it sounds ridiculous. If it hits 631 on Wednesday, I will be completely out of TRT. YANG, no qualms there. New 52-week low, above average volume. That's a full sell signal, but I'm doing my 50%. until I have 0 shares, just because this market is very, very weird with it being unable to pull back. And SPXS, that add signal or new long signal, whatever you want to call it, that was today, it's already failing, so you can cut all your losses, move your final stop up to 29.32. But once again, what I'm doing is the 50, 50, 50, 50 on these hedges off these 52-week lows until I have nothing left. And as the capital gets raised in the morning, I'll be able to then buy new speculative long positions. I have 2 of those. Platinum members, go check out the new positions Platinum section to see what those 2 new speculative long positions are. Okay, everybody, I'm dead tired. I got to go to bed. I'll see you in the chat room in the pre-market.